Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. First things first, over the weekend, we did finally hit 900,000 subscribers. So before we get into anything today, I just want to say a big thank you guys for all the support on the channel over the past, little while here. Obviously, with the launch of MW2 and WARZONE 2, things have been pretty crazy, but for however long you've been here, some of you for multiple years, some of you for almost the whole time even, I've been doing this for over a decade now at this point. So seriously, thank you so much for 900K. 100,000 to go till we hit that big 1 million milestone. Much love to all you guys. Seriously, thank you so much for all the support. Really, ever since the Season 1 Reloaded update, we've seen a drastic increase in communication. Why that is, I'm not sure, but I'm not complaining because it's something we've desperately needed since the launch of MW2 and WARZONE 2, and I'm glad that things are starting to ramp up now. The past few days, Raven and Infinity Ward have been posting a lot of updates between actual hotfix update patch notes and like mini update patch notes and whatnot, but also other things they're working on fixing in game and things that they're aware of as well. So today, we're going over a bunch of different gameplay changes and other various updates that they are now looking into, but also some other things that they've actually already fixed in the background as well. So let's start first up here on the Modern Warfare II Trello board. This, of course, is manned by Infinity Ward, and then we'll go over to the WARZONE 2 and DMZ Trello board, which is headed up by Raven. So first up here, a few days back, they did actually release a brand new overnight update. This was not anything like a major title update or anything like that that required downloads. So if you haven't played in a few days, no worries. You're not going to have some major update waiting for you when you jump on next. This was just sort of an update requires restart type deal, a little hot fix update, but they say they deployed a fix that has drastically decreased the number of crashes across all platforms. So console and PC should see a whole lot less crashes. And I know just from my play experience over the past few days, I really haven't been crashing that much at all compared to before this update going out. It was, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus times a night, depending on, any given night. Some nights it was worse than others, some nights it was better than others, but I was still crashing consistently, and that really has not been happening anymore. So they definitely have improved the crashing issues over the past few days. That update certainly is felt in game, at least from my own experience. Another new update, they've actually already put out fixes an issue with the custom blueprints here. Of course, this was a new feature that debuted with Season 1 Reloaded kind of out of the blue. It was still sort of a surprise because back when I had talked to the devs, they talked about how they were working on custom blueprints, but they didn't make it sound like it was going to drop with Season 1 Reloaded. It seemed like it was still a bit away, but lo and behold, that is now in the game. But initially when that feature first dropped, you could save your own custom attachment setups and you could save them with your, camos on there, and it'd be right there for you to instantly select in the future. However, if you went through and tuned anything on your custom blueprints, it was not saving any of your weapon tunes, which obviously those got buffed with Season 1 Reloaded, so they're a bit more effective now. However, they have actually gone through and fixed that. So they fixed an issue that prevented some users from saving weapon tuning in custom mods. So now if you go through and you create a custom blueprint on your M4 with 5 attachments, let's say polyatomic camo, and all your attachments are tuned, it'll save all those tunes whenever you go to select that custom blueprint in the future. So it's just a simple one selection there out of the gunsmith and you have that full setup entirely complete. So very glad that that's now completely fixed and fully sorted, because custom blueprints, especially in this game with the way that the different setups work here with the pros and cons, then tuning additionally on top of all that, really important that you could save all that so you don't have to go through and spend all that time rebuilding everything every time you put on a new selection there. So definitely some W updates that are already live. Now, as we are getting into some other gameplay updates, some other gameplay changes that both Infinity Ward and Raven are looking into, just want to remind you guys, if you are new here, every single day I got you covered with all things you need to know about Call of Duty. This is your one-stop shop for news, updates, loadouts, class setups, tips, you name it, you're gonna find it right here. So if you want to stay up to date with that stuff, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. Also, if you guys enjoy this video, let me know by dropping a like on it as well. It really does help grow the channel. Let's try and aim for 2,000 likes on this one. And also, today is the final day that the G Fuel last minute holiday sale is going on. So if you guys want to pick up any specific tubs from their sale, they are currently doing a big discounted boost on that total price, but also code Immortal actually stacks on top of the discount that's applied to all those tubs, so you get an extra 20 to 30% off your order in addition to the already discounted prices. So really good time to stock up on your favorite flavors, maybe try something new thanks to that increased sale there. So link for that will be down in the description below. Anyway, Infinity Ward has revealed a few things for multiplayer, specifically when it comes to some gameplay updates that they're looking into here. So first up, audio occlusion in multiplayer right now is completely disabled because there's various continuity issues impacting certain players. So you might notice that audio seems a bit off right now in game. In multiplayer specifically is where this is listed for what it's worth, although you could potentially run into this in Warzone 2 or DMZ as well, since it seems like a lot of the issues do find their way across all modes at one point or another. Also now in multiplayer as well, there is an issue with the suppressors only having sound for the using players. This was an issue over in Warzone previously. And like I just said, these issues seem to spread themselves out amongst all modes eventually. This is one of those that is now showing up in multiplayer as well, where suppressors seem to be a bit bugged in terms of audio in general. So they are looking into a couple of audio updates there. Hopefully we can get that sorted soon so that the audio is back to normal and hopefully a lot more consistent. Then we jump over to the Raven Trello board, which obviously focuses here on Warzone 2 and DMZ. As of right now, the DMZ issues tab completely empty, so they're not currently tracking anything there. There are issues in DMZ that I'm sure they're working on. They just haven't publicly, updated anything for that tab in specific. But for Battle Royale and just general global issues here, there are some issues going on with the High Alert perk right now. They are investigating an issue with High Alert that causes the user's screen to not pulse when in the view of an enemy. So just straight up, High Alert is not working whatsoever, only in certain cases. I've had several times, even since the Season 1 Reloaded update, where it has worked, but other times definitely has not. So High Alert, kind of a gamble right now as to whether or not it's going to alert you of somebody or if it's not. So definitely, something to take note of if you're someone who is actively using a perk package that does have High Alert equipped. They also are looking into an issue where it'll basically stop your matchmaking here. They say, we're investigating an issue where suspending the game and then resuming will cause some users to be unable to matchmake. Restarting the app is a temporary fix, and that will allow the user to matchmake. So just a heads up, if you tab in and out on console of the game, or even if you tab out on PC, it could potentially be breaking your matchmaking right now. So you might want to be cautious of that. They're also aware of an issue where if 4 or more players are talking in game at the same time, it'll freeze their names on your HUD and they won't disappear. So like, let's say in Battle Royale, if you run into a squad and they're all talking in game chat, and then like you talk in game chat, or another team rolls up and they're talking in game chat, everyone's names freeze on your screen. So kind of a weird one there, kind of obnoxious if you're someone who, is trying to see where those names might be covering, but they are aware of that and they are looking into that as well. And then the final thing they have noted on the Trello board here is for the player showcase. This is a feature that seems to have had a bunch of issues basically ever since launch. It's been on and off throughout the game basically, but right now the social showcase feature is entirely disabled because there's an issue going on there. I have a feeling it likely has to do with camo duping and calling card duping and stuff like that, where you can go into a player's profile and save certain things that you're not supposed to be able to save, but that is something that is also currently disabled that you won't be able to access in game until that is fixed. So there's definitely a good amount of new updates, new gameplay changes, or bug fixes that they are aware of and they are working on fixing here between all modes, which is definitely good news. That's gonna wrap things up for this one though. Essentially, if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it, and if you're new here, feel free to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. That way you can always guarantee you're up to date with absolutely everything going on in MW2, Warzone 2, and DMZ. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.